Alright lads, so today with our new version 16.3 update, we did get a new power-up feature, in this case the attribute trees. This is going to be a new way for us to power up all our characters. Instead of just powering up one character, we're powering up an entire attribute with a feature that we should be familiar with. As of right now, every character has access to a soul tree. Well, now attributes have a soul tree. And through this system, what we are going to want to acquire are these particular crests, and we're going to use these items to power up a node in the soul tree, and through that, depending on the node that we do level up, we will be acquiring more stats for all our characters, bonuses to particular skills like strong attack damage and also bruiser, enhance all our characters' soul traits, and even in some cases unlock the ability to go above level 20 link slot level and also level 10 transcendence level. Now, even though we have the feature right now, there's still kind of a lot we don't fully know, and I'll explain what I mean by that in a minute. And there's definitely more to come, more to be seen with this new update. But I think right now it's off to a pretty decent start, but there are a few things we need to talk about. So first up, like I did mention, you are going to want to acquire these particular items. It is stated here that these can be obtained through quests and also campaigns. As of right now, there's no quest that can actually drop this or give you this item. I'm sure that will eventually be added in the future, maybe through point events, future epic raid exchange shops, for example. But we do have an example of a campaign going on right now all the way till December 20th. We're pretty much guaranteed to get this particular reward, but we are able to get an additional 300 crests for each individual attribute, and we'll likely get that on the 27th of December. The main way we are going to obtain these crests though, at least as of right now, is through a new permanent daily order. In this case, for defeating 150 enemies, clearing 20 quests, which you can do in the course of 2 minutes on this game, you'll get 120 crests in each individual attribute. Now, personally, I think the best part about this is that each individual attribute is going to take their own unique crest. So in this case, Technique only uses green crests, Heart only uses purple, Power only uses red, and you get the point. What that does mean is that you can power up each individual attribute at the same time. You don't have to pick and choose which character or attribute you want to work on. As long as you're doing your dailies every single day and log in during times that we are getting bonus crests, you are going to be able to work on all attributes at the same level, which I think is honestly quite good. It means no character is going to go left behind and one attribute gets favoritism. Now, with that said, what we can have a look here is a pretty long soul tree, or I guess in this case, an attribute tree. Now, it is important to understand, right now, we only have access to one page, but we also do know there will be more pages. So I think the idea is that once you do finish this entire page, you will then unlock the second page. And once you finish the second one, you will then unlock the third one, maybe even fourth. We have no idea when this is going to end. And even if we did, it's going to take a very long time, considering that the crests right now are limited items. We do know at the very least through the achievement system, because there are new achievements, that there is already a second page planned. Now, with that said, if we actually have a look at each individual node, what you are going to see here is depending on the node that you do level up, you get a particular stat. So in this case, for getting this node to level 2, we got 65 additional attack for every single mind character in my box. That's actually really cool. Alongside that, we're also getting additional levels. Now, for the most part, these are kind of considered fake levels. If anything, it indicates on how far you progress in an attribute tree, because these levels are automatically applied once your character does get to level 200, and from leveling up, it doesn't give them any extra stats. The only stats they are gaining is through the node that you are leveling up. Speaking of the nodes, besides the stat gains that we actually can get here, we also can, like I said, unlock bonuses to existing soul traits or existing skills. In this case, the first node that you have to unlock is an extra 3% coin drop for any character that's access to a coin drop soul trait. And using Redux now as an example, we can see that her soul trait, originally being coin drop plus 70%, is now coin drop plus 20%. While on this page, we actually can click on this button right here to see the bonus stats that we are getting through this attribute tree power up. I'm getting 65 additional attack, 65 additional SP, 5 additional defense, and then an increase to these existing skills and soul traits. Now, additionally, along the way, as you do continue to upgrade these trees, you will come across nodes like this, for example, that is going to increase the amount of Berserker your characters do have. In this case, Berserker is strong attack damage and Bruiser is normal attack damage. Keep in mind that this is to only characters that have the Bruiser or Berserker skill. So me upgrading this isn't going to give every single character I own an additional 1% strong attack damage increase. It will only be to characters that have the Berserker skill. What this does mean, unfortunately, is that certain characters that for some reason released as of late don't have any built-in strong attack damage increase Berserker value, that being Zombie Bambietta, the new Basby that just came out today, and also Candice. It'll be a while before we fully max this out where it makes a pretty big difference, but it does mean that over time time, those characters aren't going to get any of these buffs, while almost every other character that does have Berserker or Bruiser are going to get those additional increases. Now, as you do continue to progress through this attribute tree, you will come across these nodes that are blocking your path. What this does mean, more so, it stops you from progressing through an entire line. The idea is that you are going to work on an entire area, like all these right here, before you get to move into the second area. Likewise with the third area. And at the start of each new area, group of nodes that you can unlock, you are going to get an even special bonus. In this case, for this one, for 400 crests, you are going to be able to let your characters get above level 10 max Transcendence level. So using Apache as an example, like every other character, his max Transcendence level is level 10. Through this new system, we are able to get upwards to level 20 Transcendence level, which is kind of crazy. And that's where the bigger stats are going to start coming. Not like the stats that you get through the soul tree aren't important. They definitely do make a difference. But this is where you are going to get the chunk of this additional power. But it is going to take a while to get to that point, because right now on the first page, you can only increase that level by 1. And I think it's safe to assume a level 20 Transcendence level is just going to be double the power. So right now I can get an additional 500 SP at level 10. At level 20, I assume I'm going to get an additional 1000. And it's definitely worth noting, to get a Transcendence level above level 10, we are going to require a Quintessence Scroll, which is a new item they just gave out for free. This seems to be super rare, maybe if anything rarer than Essence Scrolls. And considering the amount of time it's going to take and potentially these super rare items, this isn't something that you're going to do on every character. You're really going to have to pick and choose what character you do want to upgrade sometime in the future. Likewise, as we do progress, the third group of nodes that you can see here, you will be able to increase your max link slot level by an additional 1. Right now, using Gremmy as an example, our max link slot level is level 20, offering 30% bonus. Well, this can now go upwards to level 30. But for the time being, at least through the first page, I can only upgrade it by 1 level to level 21. And likewise with the Quintessence Scroll, to get a link slot level above level 20, once you get the option to do that, you are going to require a secret link slot potion, which you can use for all your attributes. Again, right now, super limited. We have no idea how many of these we are going to get. So for the time being, even though it is going to take quite a while for us to get to a point where we can upgrade our link slot levels to a decent number above level 20, I would recommend saving these right now, because we have no idea how rare they are going to be. And we actually know the max level for these Transcendence and link slots because of the filters. Right now, for example, you can actually filter your characters by level 90 link slots. So that's 30, 30, 30. And then for Transcendence, originally level 50 was the max. Now that does go upwards to 100s. Now, one additional thing to keep in mind when it comes to this particular new system, like I said, you can click on this button to see the extra stats that you are getting. And right now, we kind of have to wait and see how it does play out, if this is a bug or if it's intended, or if it was a last minute change. Because the image that we did get in regards to the new update does show that these stats that we are getting through this new soul tree is going to the base stat. And that could be absolutely broken, because that means any accessories, any link that you use, it is going to take that new base stat and enhance that. So for example, if we do complete the entire attribute tree, we can get around additional 220 spiritual pressure. If that went to your base stat, that would mean this 5th anniversary Ichigo would have over 2000 spiritual pressure, and then the 80% that I'm getting from here would consider that over 2000 spiritual pressure. From the looks of it, right now it's just a bonus stat, which means if I use this character as the link, if I use accessories on this character or any other character in my attribute, it's not going to consider the extra stats that you are getting through this particular system. Is that a good or a bad thing? I'm really not too sure. I mean, if it did go to the base stat, if it's a bug or if it's intended, I'm not too sure. It would be absolutely broken, because you'd be able to get so much stats. So much stats. So maybe it being a bonus is for the betterment of the game in terms of balancing, because it does seem that there are going to be multiple pages. And right now, in terms of page 1, if you max out this entire attribute tree, you are going to get the following additional stats: 300 stamina, 220 attack, 75 defense, 220 focus, and 220 spiritual pressure. In terms of skill upgrades, you're going to see a 2% increase in your Berserker and also Bruiser, a 12% increase in your Coin Drop and also Crystal and Jaw Drop. For the Soul Tree increases, you're going to see a also 2% increase in Berserker and also Bruiser, while you're also going to see a 7% increase in your Coin Drop and a 5% increase in your Crystal and Jaw Drop. Like we mentioned, you are also going to unlock the extra level for max link slot level and also max Transcendence level. And overall, to complete one attribute, you are going to need 14,300 crests. which means if we only consider the daily orders, it will take around 119 days to complete one page of an attribute. But remember, you are going to complete all 5 attributes at the same time. This is only considering the amount of crests that we get through daily orders. So any extra that we get through campaigns or login bonuses or any potential future quests, future exchanges, it will decrease the amount of time it does take to complete just the first page. So while I have wrote 119 days here, it's definitely going to be less. So like I said, this new system could get crazier as we do progress, because this right now is only the very first page. The biggest thing that you are going to see through the first page at the very least is the additional stats that I just read out. While yes, we do get an extra percentage increase in our Berserker value, our Bruiser value, you get a bit more coin and crystal draw increase, and your soul traits, your links more so, also offer additional strong attack damage and normal attack damage, but it's only by like 1 to 2%. Nothing you're really going to notice right from the get-go. As we progress though through the second and third page, that percentage value might get even higher and higher, where it does make a big difference. But I think the big takeaway is just the stats. The extra stats that you're getting are always going to be valuable, even if it isn't going to the base stat and is now seen as a bonus. While I do think there's definitely going to be more ways to get these crests in the future, right now it seems like all you have to do is do your dailies, which I think is a good thing. It means even as new players, they can still keep up with veterans like myself. Because while it will take them a while for them to maybe see the advantages of this new system, at the very least they can collect these items and slowly work on their soul tree as I am doing. Right now, as long as you're playing the game every single day, as long as you're doing your dailies every single day, everyone is kind of on the same level. No one can push ahead unless you do miss out on your daily orders. I do believe this is going to be quite the long-term upgrade, because unless, you know, the second page starts offering more levels here, the first page only gives you 1 extra level for your Transcendence and Link Shot level, and even then, we don't really know the full items that we need to, you know, upgrade each level here, but it is going to require those quintessence scrolls, secret Link Shot potions, and they seem super rare because we have no idea how we're going to get those. And that's basically the attribute tree in a nutshell. You want to log into the game, do your daily orders. Maybe in the future there'll be more ways to obtain these items, and then with these crests you're able to unlock new stat bonuses, enhance certain skills, enhance certain soul traits, and also unlock new abilities to take your Transcendence and Link Shot level above the current max level. There's going to be multiple pages of this, so this is definitely something you are going to be doing for quite some time, and as we progress through the pages, it might even get even crazy with the bonuses that we can get. As long as you're doing your dailies every single day, we're kind of all on the same level here. No one can gain an advantage over someone else, which I think is kind of cool. But I think a big thing right now, which is causing confusion, is the bonus stats that we can get. This image right here is showing that it is being added to the basic stat. In fact, even this section of the news is showing that it is being added to the basic stat, and they do specify here. So maybe that was a last-minute decision to make it a bonus stat and not be added to the basic stat, because if it is added to the basic stat, that gets even crazier, because then accessories are going to enhance that. Links are going to use that new enhanced stat, and that's where you're going to see some crazy stuff just from one tree alone. And that very well could be the case. It might be a bug right now. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. Like I said, there's still kind of a lot we don't know. We don't know what page 2 is going to offer. You can't date about it right now. Caleb haven't put that in the game. So as we progress through the first page, I'm excited to see what page 2 is going to offer and what new bonuses we can get. But page 1 offers a pretty good set of stats. So even if right now this new stat increase, skill increase doesn't seem super crazy, it definitely is going to kick up as we progress through multiple pages here. I like the idea of it. I feel like it's going to be a while before we see the full effect of this update, but I'm excited nonetheless. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.